NATO countries, along with the U.S., are indeed concerned about human rights situations inside China, about a loss of privacy, and how some of those observation techniques that are used inside China may spread to other places. They are concerned about what has happened in Hong Kong, deeply concerned. Remember, one of the NATO members has a long and storied history with Hong Kong. And the growing influence of the Chinese military and other organizations around the world, especially in port areas, has people wondering about the intentions of China now, and intentions can change. And so even though China's intentions may be perfectly innocuous now, it is certainly very obvious to the countries involved that China is much more involved, for instance, in Italy, in Africa, as was just said, in Latin America, throughout Southeast Asia. And so the NATO countries want to make a statement that they are aware of China's growing influence in many of these areas.
Well, what my colleague has just described is the role of the UN. I did not know that NATO had taken on that role and that it was a representative of the entire world. I mean, this is the usual rhetoric that you're hearing from the US these days, whether it's COVID-19 or Xinjiang or in particular this military. They're talking about all of these non-military issues. NATO was the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, a military response to the threat posed, quote, by Russia. So at this point, yes, once again, you see and you just heard how this has become an organization in search of new missions, expanding way beyond anything that anybody could have even rationally foresaw for them. So yes, this is Biden putting together what he wanted, which is a group that will say, oh, we stand for democracy, they stand for authoritarianism, regardless of all the cracks and difficulties within the organization itself.